Welcome in to DNVR Bets Daily, and oh my goodness, what a day it is, Andre. The return of baseball is here. The return of major sports in America is here.
Yes.
And we're down here at the DNVR bar. You're upstairs, I'm downstairs, giving the people a nice little tour of everything we've got going on here at the DNVR bar. People are starting to roll in, lots of purple. There's people walking the streets of Colfax in purple, Rockies hats everywhere. It's This feels like something special is about to happen, Andre.
Indeed it is. The start of summer, the start of Rockies baseball, the start of the quest for the asterisk. An asterisk so large in this baseball season that even the Rockies winning a championship doesn't seem inconceivable anymore.
Anything is possible, and
right.
I felt like this day would never come where you and I are on here talking about a Colorado sports. I mean, that was the genesis of the idea for this entire podcast, is to be on here and obviously talk about bets around the league and possible bets all over the place. But what we wanted to do is give Colorado sports bettors something to listen to where they can bet on, to give them ideas on what to bet on when it comes to Colorado sports. I would say advice, but I don't want to overstate our quality here. No, advice, We look through and we try and see what are the best things on each game, but we have such, I think, a market advantage when it comes to Colorado sports. I mean, you and me and a lot of people out of the company here at DNVR, all we do is watch Colorado sports. We watch every Nuggets game, every Avs game, we know these guys as well as anyone. We've got a panel of experts who knows these guys as well as anyone. I mean, Drew Kreisman's over there doing a live as well. Got multiple lives going on in the bar right now. It feels like opening day, and I'm so excited to talk a little bit about what we got here. So let's get right into this, Andre. Let's not waste any time. Actually, we'll waste a little time. Quickly, how'd you do yesterday?
What did I even have in play? Oh, well, I had baseball in play. So I did poorly because Juve had another upset. It's been upset city in the Italian league, which has been fun. Then, the under hits and Yankees Nats, but the game is suspended early, so that doesn't go through for me. And then the under, I know the over hit for you in that Giants-Dodgers game with a trashed home run in the 8th on a game that was easily won by the Dodgers regardless. For me, it ended up being a push because I got in at under 9. So I guess I salvaged it that way.
Well, I had it before Clayton Kershaw was in there, and I was under the impression that if the starter gets scratched, as does your bet, but such was not the case. So, I take my L and I live with it. We got the void in the other one. I mean, things really went backwards for what would have been best for me. We had a bet voided that we would have won, and another one that could have been voided that wasn't. But hey, it's a new day, and the Rockies are back. All right, so let's jump into it. German Marquez, Lance Lynn on the mound tonight. And Andre, I was excited for the return of Rockies baseball and just baseball as a whole here. I didn't realize that they were going to – I'm not kidding you when I tell you they will allow you to bet on the outcome of every pitch. Anything that you can imagine, you can bet on it.
Yep. Do you think the final score will be an odd or an even number? Oh, you want some action on that? Come to DraftKings Sportsbook and get that action. Yeah, truly everything. I mean, it's not just the start of baseball season for us. It's the start of baseball season for the book here. It was fun with the KBO messing around. We ain't messing around anymore, Ryan.
And how about this, Andre? Last night's Yankees-Nationals game, the most bet-on event in DraftKings Sportsbook history. The people were ready.
We're gonna break a lot of records the next few weeks. I can tell you that much. Yeah,
right. Because obviously, all of a sudden, you have a bunch of new states that have legalized it, and now finally, there's American sports to bet on. So, exciting stuff. All right, Andre, we're gonna talk about a lot of lines here, but I want to do this with every Colorado sporting event. I really want people to have this on a daily basis, and I want to get in right to it as early in the show as possible. So. We're going to, in every Colorado sporting event, give out our lock of the game, what we feel most confident on, and we'll use the entire sheet here. You can go anywhere you want, Andre, but I think for me, as a bettor, I always want action on the games I'm watching. Even if it's $5 here, $5 there, we're throwing a parlay of all the Colorado teams that are in action that day. I want action on any game that I'm watching, and I'm obviously watching every Colorado sports game out there. So I'll dig through to try and find the best option. And I believe I have found the absolute best option for tonight's game. I've got it. I think this is an automatic hit. Obviously, the rules apply. Got to be inside minus 200. Yes. And this one sits calmly at minus 155. It is Nolan Arenado, the favorite. What is he? The favorite to lead the league in hits, or was it RBIs?
RBIs. Yes. Right. He's top 5 in home runs. Producer Ali. Hi.
It's Nolan Arenado hits in the game over 0.5. We just need one hit from one of the best players in baseball, minus 155. So you give up a little bit of action there, but that's what happens when you're betting on statistically likely outcomes. So we're going Nolan over one hit. He's been absolutely raking in the scrimmages, absolutely tore up the Rockies pitching during their little summer camp. Yep. We're going to bet on Nolan Arenado. That seems like a good idea, is to bet on Nolan Arenado.
Yeah, and there's a lot of value to be had across the board with Nolan. But just to mix it up, I'm going to stick to German Marquez, the real horse of this pitching staff. You're getting a very generous over-under strikeouts in this game from Marquez, set at 5.5. Marquez was really killing it, very close to double digits per strikeouts per outing last year. Obviously, like we saw Jacob deGrom just have 5 innings. He had 8 strikeouts, hitting the over, which me and the boys talked about on the pod yesterday. We also had the under in that game. I didn't mention that. That was another win for me today. But Marquez over 5.5 strikeouts. I feel really nice about that. Minus 177, you can get that. So you give up a little juice, but that just feels like a nice early lock to get some momentum rolling on this baseball betting.
Yeah, I kind of want to stack wins. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's right.
If it's minus 177, it's minus 177. Let's get these dubs and, start building the bankroll, as we now know that you could bet on literally everything involved in a baseball game. So we need to build a bankroll up a little bit. So there they are. There's our 2 locks of the game. Nolan to get a hit, Marquez to have 6 strikeouts or more. I feel really confident about both of those. If both of those things don't happen, it's not going to be a great night.
Yeah. If we stack up too many losses like that, we'll find a penance. Like DNVR golf guys can, whack one silly 20 yards away from us or something. We'll really get serious. But hopefully, there's not many messes on our locks.
No, and I feel confident about that one. Yeah. Okay, some other fun stuff to look at here, Andre. We talk about betting on it. Nolan Arenado, always a good idea. Nolan Arenado to homer in this game, and this is going to be one that's going to be enticing on a nightly basis. But he's plus 625. Now, I believe it has a little bit to do with the fact that you've got a right-hander on the mound.
Sure.
And so that's going to boost up his odds a little bit. I don't care if you throw right-handed, left-handed, underhand, left-footed, right-footed. Yeah. Nolan's got a chance to go yard. So, again, we're moving down the board here. Not exactly a lock, but for plus 625, worth the old, as you called it, the old college sprinkle.
That's right. The old college sprinkle seems definitely do. That was almost my lock, but, it's a lot of value. So we'll make it the value of the day, because that really feels like nice value here.
It'd be nice if he just goes yard in his first plate appearance and hits both bets for us.
Yes, because we have the odds boost in play for a 2019 All-Star to hit a home run, and that could also hit, Ryan.
And we have the bet 25 on the Rockies and get $5 free bet for every home run.
That's right. I mean, frankly, now is really one of those points where you probably need to get on the DraftKings app and take advantage of these special offers. There's one for the NBA that's just absurd. Reasonably, if you play this the correct way, you should be able to almost be gifted $120, basically, within the next week of signing up and starting it. In fact, this might really be the time that we, with some guidance from us, we get producer Ali on the app and we really get her started. And I think a lot of other people should really get in now if you haven't yet, because I say this a lot, but now is really a time where it's just like deal palooza on the app.
And Dre, I just found another subsector of these baseball bets.
Oh boy.
you can parlay together. You can't parlay like, who's going to get a hit or who's going to get a home run, but they'll auto parlay for you player to home run and their team to win. Nolan Arenado
player props?
Yes, it is. Nolan Arenado to hit a home run and the Rockies to win plus 1175. Almost double the value there.
Oh boy, someone might have to divide us, Ryan, before this night is over. This is going to be problematic for you and I. That's a nice one, though.
Let me get my wallet out here and add to my account real quick.
Yeah, really.
A lot of value here. You know what I'm really bummed about, Andre? And I'm going to be extra bummed if it happens. I was going to give out my dark horse of the night as well. And my dark horse of the night was going to be Sam Hilliard to go yard. But he's not available.
Oh, that's a shame.
So Slam and Sammy, the original Slam and Sammy, not available tonight to hit a home run.
You'd get that in the plus 1,000 at least. I mean, he's not even on the board, so clearly.
I mean, Tapia is plus 2,900. So if he's not on the board,
man,
we probably would have gotten Hilliard at in the plus 3,000s, which I feel just really good about.
Yeah, that might be a strategy down the line where we're just like taking Hilliard, Tapia, Ray-Mac at in the plus 1,000 every single game for a little bit there. That's fun. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Oh, Tapia was plus 2,900 home run and win.
Yeah, it's plus 1,600 to just a homer.
Ray-Mac. I mean, all these guys have pop in the bat, so
yeah.
What can you do?
Who do you think wins the first inning? Because you can get the Rockies at plus 280 if you think they win the first.
Rockies at plus 280 if you think they're going to win the first inning. I don't know about that one.
Yeah. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. All right. Well, that would have been my dark horse pick. I guess I'll just go down the. I guess if I was going to go dark horse to hit a home run, and I don't even know if this counts as a dark horse, but you're still getting plus 800 on it as opposed to the 625. That's David Dahl.
Yeah.
I feel like he could go yard tonight. He might even hit a leadoff.
Yes. Yeah. It looks like from the lineup I was seeing that he will go leadoff. And we remember first scrimmage, these two teams played. David Dahl, Murphy, and Nolan all went yard. So, yeah, seems like another decent pick.
David Dahl, a lefty, obviously. Murphy, a lefty. So always worth looking at these. These are going to be fun, these home run lines.
Yeah.
And the hit lines, I feel, we could play it smart. You could play it fun. The hit lines is the smart way. I mean,
yeah.
Don't you think that on most nights you're gonna end up profitable if you bet on Nolan Arenado to get a hit every night?
I mean, statistically speaking, that
is correct.
That is correct. If you're getting it at minus 150 like you are today, that might not be correct if he's batting 330, right?
But you could bat 250 and have a hit in every game. You just go 1 for 4 every night.
I guess that's true, huh? I hadn't thought of it that way. And what's interesting here, Ryan, is you are getting a little extra value with Nolan because it's a right-handed starter. Because guys like Daniel Murphy to go over one hit or half a hit are at minus 225. Wow. So they think Murph is like a lock. They think David Dahl at minus 186 is a close to lock. They think Charlie Blackmon at minus 195 is a close to lock.
Wow.
Yeah. So you got some value there.
Some interesting value there. And then, of course, we have the Rockies to win the game. And like we said, there's an odds boost there, or what would you call that? A promotion. Where if you bet 25 on the Rockies to win the game tonight, for every home run they hit, you will get a $5 free bet.
Right.
And if Nolan Arenado hits it, you're going to get a bunch of money because we're going in on that.
Jackpot. Yeah. It's the inadvertent parlay, the 4 different bets that all cash in. That's going to be beautiful. There's been some action on the Rockies, though, Ryan. They were not in the minus on the money line when we looked at this last night. They're now minus 103.
Oh, see, I got it at plus 121.
I'm sure you did. Yeah, that's since moved. Yep. So, and I think the over-under was closer to 8.5. That's now at 9.
Okay, all right. I would like the over in that. I'm not in love with it, but if you ask me, I'm probably going over. Although, hopefully Marquez just throws a gem and you don't have to worry about it. But I think both teams are pretty offensively inclined.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. With both kind of aces out, Lance Lynn is no scrub. I think this one will be one that's pushing that over under. The next couple games in the series, I'll feel a little more bullish about the over there.
Yeah. I think you're probably onto a little something there. Okay, anything else from this game before we move on? I love that we just did 15 minutes on the Rockies game. It makes me feel so happy.
Yeah, it's truly beautiful. No, there are just so many to pick from. It's hard to narrow down one. I'll just be monitoring all of these, and man, I'm just so excited to do this more with all our local teams, dude.
And I would say come down to the DNVR bar and check it out, but we are sold out tonight. If you did not get your RSVP in, you're gonna have a hard time getting in, and that's just the way things go, I guess, in the world we're living in now. But hopefully, that's a sign to you to get in on the RSVPs a little earlier next time. If you're not signed up for the DNVR email list, make sure you get on that. Make sure you pay attention to our social media channels so that you can see that as well. And not miss out next time. But, okay, Andre, before we go forward and start talking a little UFC, I want to give a shout-out to DraftKings Sportsbook. Now you can go. As you guys know, we're working. Oh, wrong. I pressed the wrong one. That's why we need Allie here sometimes. There we go. And now you can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code DNVR when you sign up for a limited time. All new users can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. That's right. DraftKings Sportsbook has a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 when you use the code DNVR at sign-up. Make sure you use that code DNVR at sign-up. Of course, you must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough, and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, Trey.
All right.
Tell me about the UFC card. You know I love to hear about it.
This is an interesting one. This is a lot of veterans, a lot of experts, and I've gone back and forth. That could mean, they're tougher and will leave fewer openings. It's also true that the few openings that are there will be more lethal with veterans of this ilk. There's also a lot of guys I'm kind of familiar with, even though maybe not super familiar with. This main card is going to be super interesting with Robert Whittaker, the former middleweight champ, going against Darren Till, who's been a tough customer and a highly ranked guy in a couple divisions for a while now. I just lean towards Whittaker, who the thing that scares me with Whittaker is he often breaks his hands during fights, and if that happens during this one, I'm a little concerned. But boy, he can take a punch, and he really can deliver some monstrous blows. And Darren Till's super athletic. He can keep the game at range, and he's got some knockout power too, which is why he's just a plus 107. The line's basically even, but I just feel slightly better about Whittaker here in the main event.
Okay.
After that, we have two real veterans. I mean, Mauricio Shogun Rua, he's 38, I think, and he's going against a 40-year-old, and Antonio Rogueiro Nogueira. Both kind of past their prime, both big names who've been champions and competed for championships. Rua's more our type of fighter, but the power doesn't scare me as much. Nogueira's going to be a tough customer. I'm going to take the value here and go plus 150 with kind of the wily veteran in the upset. And I'm going with the upset in the next one, too, for Fabricio Verdum against Alexander Gustafsson. This is an insane matchup as far as completely opposite styles. Gustafsson's always been a light heavyweight. Now he moves up to heavyweight. And he's just like cardio to the max. People almost describe his style as like running away from his opponent because he's just running away and then he'll boop, 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 pepper you and then run away some more. Well, Verdum barely moves. And can take a punch and deliver a punch. And if he gets you on the ground, he's going to submit you, and it's going to be like devastating. So it's really like, is Gustafsson going to be quick enough to just pepper him here and there and run away? or is he eventually going to get in the grip of Verdum and fall apart? And that's where I kind of like the upset at plus 260 for Verdum. I think, I think he can take a punch more. I think he can deliver more power, and he can lead to the finish more with the submission game too. So we'll see if he can get in the grasp. But if he can get his hands on Gustafsson, it's going to be trouble for the Swede.
All right, I love it. I think you really convinced me on Verdum there.
And then, we've got some other ones. I think Marina Rodriguez is the kind of fighter with more knockout power, broader shoulders, more defined muscles. Carla Esperanza's been a champion, but her stand-up game suffers. And anytime I bet on a lady who doesn't have a good stand-up game, I instantly regret it the second the fight starts. So we'll go with the minus here, Marina Rodriguez. A nice pick for people doing, parlays like us is you'll remember him. Kamadzat Kimenev is the like chin strap beard Swede who submitted the guy like a minute into the second round, but like delivered 42 punches to the face and took one. We watched him fight like 2 days ago, Ryan, and yet he's back at it because again he took one punch, so it was no problem fighting again. He's a minus 1,200 favorite, so obviously a huge favorite, but he's basically an automatic win there. And you want to throw him in a parlay? I totally am with you. Now these aren't official picks, but if you're having some fun, I like Paul Craig against Antigulov, and I kind of like Peter Sabota and his ability to force the submission against Alex Oliveira, the cowboy there. But loaded card, lots of fun fights that'll keep me glued to the TV for several of these.
Is Tanner Bozer? Is he a Colorado guy? His name rings a bell to me.
Oh no, he's the Canadian guy who was rocking the mullet that we bet against, and then it was like he knocked out our guy in like 2 minutes.
Maybe we can get some money back on him.
I like that a lot. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take Tanner Bozer minus 265. I love this.
And then there's Mike Grundy. I believe he's a man, and he's 40.
I can neither confirm nor deny the scouting report on Mike Grundy, not Gundy.
Mike Grundy. Yeah, he's the grungy version of Mike Gundy, and Mike Gundy's already super grungy, so this guy is dirty as hell.
There you go. Hashtag analysis from you.
Yeah, exactly. You guys know I dive deep on these guys.
That's right. We're taking the Rockies every game this weekend, right?
Sure are.
And those all count for the home run odds boost, or we got to pick one?
No, yeah, you can one bet per game.
Okay, beautiful. And then we have some huge EPL games this weekend too. Like Leicester, Man U, that's basically a playoff game for who gets into the Champions League. And Man U has been easily the better playing team at plus 123. Seems like a really nice pick.
Oh, yeah, that's easy money.
And your Wolves could kind of spoil the party for Chelsea, but the Wolves aren't really playing for anything. So even though you get them at plus 330, I don't know, man.
And when you say they're not playing for anything, they also aren't playing with any form right now.
There you go.
Even their wins have been gross, except they did have a 3-0 win. Was that last weekend? I don't remember.
That did happen. Boy,
they've been regressing. I think the bigger the match has gotten, the worse they've played, which is not what you want to see. And despite the fact that they were in contention there for a while, I mean, it wasn't a lot of wins. It was a lot of ties.
And the City ruling really, they were only in contention, assuming City was banned from the Champions League, and then they would have been contention. But yeah, that died pretty quickly. And my guys Parma get nice value this weekend. I think that's going to be my one Italian league pick. Yeah, there you go.
All right, okay, Dre.
Cool.
Anything else we need to talk about here?
No. I think we've unloaded the clip, more or less.
I gotta be honest.
There's no unloading the clip.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going all in on all sorts of stuff tonight. So gonna make it it's gonna be a great night or an unfortunate one.
Yeah, you're either taking a limo home or are you walking?
Yeah, exactly. So should be really fun. I got to admit, I'm far less motivated to bet on like fringe sports now that there's actual MLB in front of us. Like I'm not excited by the golf this weekend. UFC, UFC has me, so I'm a UFC guy now.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Other than that, the Premier League, I'm probably not going to be watching it, so I don't know if I'm going to get it.
Stuff. The Premier League, the nice thing is you can watch all day sports. They got you covered in the morning, and then you just ride it out. I'm throwing up the dub for Matt Wolf, by the way, in case that wasn't clear to anyone. So.
Matt Wolf, your boy with the herky-jerky swing.
My boy. Yep.
Looked pretty good there. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us on this Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Baseball's back. Hope to see some of you down here at the DNVR bar tonight. And hopefully, we start stacking up some wins on sports that we've actually heard of before. So without further ado, why don't you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later.